Lori, you should see your mother. She looks gorgeous.
I'm waiting for her grand entrance. How's Uncle Jack?
He's resting. He had a nice dinner. You can go up and see him later. Eugene, your father's resting. I don't want to hear any ball playing against the wall.
I'm not playing. I'm writing.
Well, do it quietly.
She wanted me to write quietly. If that were the only line I published in my memoirs, they'd be a bestseller.
Everyone's been in a rotten mood around here lately.
3 days prior, Pop had a heart attack. It wasn't a major heart attack. The doctors had said it was a sort of warning. He passed out in a subway one night and a policeman had to bring him home. He'd been out late at night trying to make a little extra money by driving a cab and just got plain wore out. The doctors also said that he should spend 2 to 3 weeks in bed. But Pop wasn't very good at listening to doctors. He was afraid that 2 to 3 weeks in bed would become permanent.
Hey, I need to talk to you. Hey, Stan, what's up? Not here. In our room. What's the big secret? Shut up. I'll go upstairs, and you follow me, alright? If it's about Nora, I'm not interested. She's been real snotty to everyone lately. She doesn't say hello to me in the mornings, and she eats dinner up in her room every night. And she's been spending a lot of time with Larry Noach and Clermont. And she's not as pretty as I thought she was. Quiet!
Eugene, did you bring your father's paper?
I'm coming.
Bring it up. He's waiting for it.
If I had told her I'd lost both my hands in an accident, she would have said, "Well, go upstairs and wash your face with your feet." Looking back, I guess she was pretty sore because she and Pop didn't get to go to the big event at the Commodore Hotel. They used to have Glenn Gray and his orchestra play. She didn't get to go out much. She was also nervous for Frank Murphy to come over and pick up Aunt Blanche for their date. She was mad at the whole world. I guess that's why she was making lima beans for dinner.
Would you like a cashew, Lori?
Oh, thanks, Aunt Kate. And a Brazil nut? And an almond?
You must be starved. We're having dinner late tonight. I want to wait for your mother to go out.
Can I have some nuts, Mom?
Just one. It's for the company. We're eating in the kitchen tonight. You and Stanley help with the dishes. You look all flushed. You don't have a fever, do you? Stick out your tongue. It's all spotted.
That's the cashew nut.
Don't you get sick on me, too. If you're tired, I want you in bed.
Well, I do have a little stomach cramp. Maybe I'm getting my ladies.
You what?
My ladies. The thing Nora gets when she can't go in the water.
I don't think so. But if your stomach hurts real bad, you come and find me. I'm making a nice tuna fish salad tonight. Call me when your mother comes down.
Aunt Kate, does Mama like Mr. Murphy?
I don't think she knows him very well yet, darling.
Well, do you?
I never spoken to the man.
You call him a Cossack. Are those the kind that don't like Jewish people?
I'm sure Mr. Murphy likes your mother, otherwise he wouldn't be taking her out for dinner.
Well, if Mama marries Mr. Murphy, will we have to live in the dark house across the street with the creepy woman in the window?
We're not up to that yet. Let's get dinner at Chardov's restaurant first.
Pop's feeling better. He threw the newspaper at me because I didn't bring him the evening edition.
Lock the door.
You look terrible. You've been crying. Your eyes are all red.
I'm in trouble, Huge. I mean real trouble.
When did you take up smoking?
Do it all the time in Stockholm. Don't ever let me catch you doing it. It's a bad habit.
So how come you do it?
I like it.
What brand do you smoke?
Lucky Strikes.
Oh, I knew you would. That's the best brand.
Swear to God, what I tell you, you'll never tell a living soul.
I take an oath on the lives of the entire New York Yankees. What happened?
I lost my salary.
What?
The whole $17. It's gone.
Where? In the subway?
The poker game. I lost
In a poker game?
Would you shut up? You want to kill Pop right in his bedroom?
You never told me you gambled.
We do it all the time at lunch hour. Only for pennies. I always won. A couple nickels, dimes, quarters. I mean, I was really good.
$17.
When Pop got sick, I thought I could help out. Well, maybe make a little extra money. So I got into this game over at Florsheim Shoes. Boy, did I learn about poker. They cleaned me out in 20 minutes.
What do you tell them?
I don't know. If Pop wasn't so sick, I'd tell him the truth. Last week, he's telling me how proud of me he is. He's driving cabs at night, and I'm playing poker at Florsheim Shoes.
Yeah, but imagine you'd won. Imagine you'd won $50. You just had bad luck, that's all.
I had no chance against those guys. They were real gamblers. They wore black pointy shoes with clocks on their socks. If Pop dies, I'll hang myself for sure.
Don't say that. Pop's not gonna die. He ate 3 lamb chops tonight. Why didn't you tell him you lost the money? There's a hole in your pocket. We can cut a hole in your pocket.
I already used that one.
When?
November, when I lost $5.
Did you gamble that too?
No, I gave it to a girl. No, a pro?
A pro what? A prostitute? You went to one of those places? Holy shit!
Hey, not gonna warn you about that word again.
Is that what it costs? $5?
$2.50. Guy I went with still owes me.
Well, what was she like? How old was she? Was she pretty?
Don't start with me, Eugene.
Oh, so did she get completely naked or what?
Every time I have a problem in my life, I gotta tell you what a naked girl looks like. Do me a favor, Eugene. Go to the bathroom, whack it, and grow up by yourself.
Don't get sore, Stanley. If you were me, you'd be asking the same questions.
Yeah? Well, I didn't have an older brother to tell me these things. You don't know how lucky you are. You don't have the responsibilities that I do. You're still in school looking up girls' skirts on the stairway.
I worked plenty hard in school.
Oh, yeah? Well, let me see your report card. It's the first of the month. I know you got it. I want to see your report card.
I don't have to show you anything. You're not my father.
Yes, I am. As long as I'm the only one working in this house, I am.
Yeah? Well, where's your salary this week, Pop?
You know, I hate you sometimes. You're nothing but a lousy shit. I do things all the time for you, and you never do anything without wanting something for yourself. I hate your disgusting guts.
Not as much as I hate yours. You snore at night. You pick your toenails. You smell up the bathroom. When I go in there, I have to puke.
Give it to me. Give it to me, goddammit, or I'll beat your face in.
You want it? Here's my lousy report card, you ass.
Boy, isn't it be? It's good. It's real good, Eugene. You're smart. I want you to go to college. I want you to be somebody important. 'Cause I'm not. No good. I'm no damn good. I'm sorry about what I said to you.
Me too. I'm sorry too.
Oh, hi, Uncle Jack. Are you feeling better?
Oh, little darling, your mother's not down yet?
No.
I wanted to see her before she went out.
Oh my God, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? You're walking down the stairs.
I'm all right. I was tired of laying in that bed anyway. I wanted to see Blanche.
Oh, and how do you think you're gonna get upstairs? Do you think I'm gonna carry you? The doctor said you're not even supposed to be going to the bathroom, didn't he?
And you trust doctors? My grandmother never saw one in her life. She lived to be 87.
She didn't have high blood pressure. She never fainted on the subway.
She'd faint 3-4 times a week. It's in our family. We're fainters. Lori, could you grab your Uncle Jack a glass of ice water, please?
Now?
Yes, now, sweetheart. That child is pampered too much. You should let her do more work around the house. You don't get healthy laying on couches all day.
No. You get healthy driving cabs at night after you work 9 hours cutting raincoats. Do you want to kill yourself, Jack? Do you want to leave me to take care of this family alone? Is that what you want to do?
You think I'll get better faster if you make me feel guilty? I was born with enough guilt, Kate. If I need any more, I'll ask you.
I'm sorry. You know me. I'm not happy unless I can worry. My family were warriors. Warriors generally marry fainters.
Listen, I'm not going to leave you. I promise. If I didn't leave you for some woman, I'm not going to drop dead just to leave you.
What other woman? That bookkeeper, Helen?
Oh, again with Helen. You're never going to forget. I danced with her 2 years in a row at the Commodore Hotel.
Don't tell me she isn't attracted to you. I noticed that right off.
Oh, what does she want with a guy like me? She likes her men up front. The salesmen. She's a widow. She's looking to get married.
You're an attractive man, Jack. Women like you.
Me? Attractive? You really must think I'm dying, don't you?
You don't know women like I do. Just promise me one thing. If anything ever happens between you and that Helen, let me go to my grave without hearing it.
I see. Now that you're all worked up about Helen, you decide you're going to die first.
I had the chocolate ice. I'm all out of breath.
Well, it's exercise. It's good for you, darling.
I'm going out. I won't be having dinner. I'll be home late. I have my key. Good night.
Nora, don't you want to see how your mother looks?
I'm sure she looks beautiful. She doesn't need me to tell her.
What about Mr. Murphy? I know your mother wanted him to meet you and Lori. He'll be here any minute.
I have someone waiting for me. I can meet Mr. Murphy some other time.
Nora, I think it'd be wise if you stayed. I think your mother would be very upset if you didn't wait to say goodbye.
I'm sure that's very good advice, Uncle Jack. I know just how my mother feels. I'm not so sure she knows how I feel.
What'll I do, Jack?
Let it be. It's between her and Blanche. It's something they have to figure out.
Who's she going out with? Where does she go every night?
With Larry Clerman. He borrows his father's car and takes her to the cemetery.
Cemetery.
Where Daddy is buried. She goes to see Daddy.
What'll I tell her? I don't want to spoil this evening for her.
Jack, what are you doing down here?
No, we're about to have company. Where else would I be?
I looked in your room. I got scared to death.
Well, you don't look it. You look beautiful, Blanche.
Oh, Blanche, oh my God, Blanche! It's stunning, like a movie star. Oh, who's that movie star I like so much, Lori?
Irene Dunn.
Like Irene Dunn.
I think she looks more like a Rosalind Russell or Carol Lombard.
Well, I think she looks like Blanche. Blanche is prettier than them all.
I had such trouble with the makeup. I couldn't see my eyes to put on the mascara, so I had to put on my glasses, and then I couldn't get the makeup on underneath my glasses.
You have your glasses? Where are your glasses?
Oh, they're in my purse. I thought I'd put them on when I get to the restaurant to look at the menu.
Make sure you do. I don't want you coming home and telling me you don't know what he looks like.
I'm so glad to see you up, Jack. Then you're feeling better?
Only it was a little rest, that's all. Besides, I wanted to meet this Murphy fella. Stranger walks in, he likes to see another man. Makes him feel comfortable.
Thank you, Jack. That's very thoughtful of you.
Here, wear these. Don't say no to me, Blanche. Just put them on, please.
Oh, Kate, your pearls. They're your good pearls.
What are they gonna do? Sit in my drawer here? Pearls are like people. They like to go out and be seen once in a while.
You were going to wear them to the event tonight. I got so wrapped up in myself, I forgot you and Jack are missing the event this year.
We can afford to miss it. I don't see Jack there the whole night anyways.
Well, let's see how they look.
So nervous. I'll lose them.
All right. Tell me I don't have a beautiful sister.
Well, now I feel good. Now I feel like I got my money's worth.
Definitely Carol Lombard.
Lori, go up and get Nora. I want to show them to Nora.
She's not here. She left.
What do you mean she left? Without saying goodbye?
She had to meet somebody. She wanted to wait for you.
Well, she could have come into my room. She knew I wanted to see her.
Well, she'll see you tonight. You look just as good at 12 o'clock.
Oh, what did she say? Did she say anything?
You're going out. You're gonna have a good time tonight. We'll talk about it later.
She's making me pay for it, isn't she? She knows she can get to me so easily. That's what I get for making decisions.
Well, I feel like ice cream for dessert. Lori, do you feel like ice cream for dessert?
Butter pecan?
All right, butter pecan for you and maple walnut for me. Why don't you head upstairs and tell Eugene I wanted to head to the store?
I'll go with him.
Don't run, darling.
Let her run. She's tired, she'll tell you. Let's just stop worrying so much about each other.
Eugene! Your father wants us to go to the store.
Tell him I'm sick. My stomach hurts.
You don't want ice cream?
Wait a second. It's amazing how quickly one can recover from misery when offered ice cream.
She's 16 years old, Blanche. They're all still wrapped up in themselves at that age.
What time is it? 6:30. He'll be here any minute. Get your mind off Nora, Blanche. Don't wear my pearls tonight for nothing.
All right, Eugene, I need you to head to the store. I need a half a pint of buttered pecan, half a pint of maple walnut, and a half a pint of chocolate for yourself. Kate, what do you want?
I'm in no mood for ice cream.
Get her vanilla. She'll eat it. And whatever Stanley likes.
I need money.
No, I just gave $15 to the doctor. Why don't you just head upstairs and talk to Stanley? Yeah, he got paid today. Ask him for some of his salary.
What?
Here's $1. Hurry back so Lloyd can meet Mr. Murphy, but don't run.
Do you know what I worry about, Kate? That I'll wake up and she'll be gone to Boston or Philadelphia or God knows where.
Look how this woman's going out on a date. Is that what you're going to talk about? He'll start drinking in 5 minutes.
You think so? What'll I do if he gets drunk?
He'll come right home. Do you have money? Do you have any coffee?
Oh, I didn't take anything.
Wait here. I'll get $5 from Stanley. Now something else to worry about.
Well, I could use a cup of tea.
Sit there. I'll make it.
No, I'll come with you. Besides, I could use the company. Can you hear the bell from the kitchen anyway?
Why are we having ice cream?
I don't know. But I'll race you to Hanson's.
You know I'm not supposed to run. Didn't you hear Aunt Kate?
Pardon me. Can I speak to you for a moment?
Excuse me?
I have a message for your mother.
Good luck.
You are Blanche Warren's daughter.
Yes?
I'm Mrs. Murphy. My son knows your mother.
Oh, yes, Mr. Murphy is taking my mother out for dinner. She's all dressed up.
Would you like to come in for a cookie?
Oh, I shouldn't. It'll spoil my dinner.
What a responsible young lady. I wish my Frank would have taken her responsibility.
Well, my mother always says that I'm like my Aunt Kate because I'm the responsible one. And my sister Nora is more of a dreamer.
That's just like my boy. My Frank is a handsome, lovable fellow, better than any man on the block. But he likes his drink. That's what they say, and that's what's true. He isn't a happy man, but he loves his mother.
Well, my father used to say that all of us are what we have to be, and everyone lives the kind of life it's in him to live. You've got a good son, Mrs. Murphy.
But he drinks.
I guess you have to take that along with the rest.
Seems like we have more in common than we thought.
Maybe I'll come in for that cookie after all.
Stanley, are you in there? Oh, open the window. You never get any air in this room. I need $5 for Aunt Blanche. Stanley, did you get paid today?
Yeah, I got paid today.
Take out your money for the week. Give me the envelope.
I don't have it.
You don't have the envelope?
I don't have the money.
What do you mean you don't have the money?
I mean I don't have it. It's gone.
It's gone. Gone where?
I don't have it, all right? I can't get it back. There's nothing I can do. I'm sorry. Just don't ask any more questions.
What do you mean don't ask any more questions? I want to know what happened to $17, Stanley!
I can't tell you. If I tell you, you'll tell Pop.
Why shouldn't I tell your father? Why, Stanley? What happened to that money?
I gambled it, all right? I lost it playing poker. Are you happy? Are you satisfied now?
I'm not going to deal with this right now. I have to get your Aunt Blanche out of the house first. I have your father's health to worry about. You are going to sit here and you're going to think of a story. You will rob somebody, stole the money. I don't care who. I don't care where. That's what you're going to tell your father, because if you tell him the truth, you'll kill that man as sure as I'm standing here. Tonight,
After he goes to sleep, you'll meet me in the kitchen, and we'll deal with this alone.
I'm sorry.
I left my purse in here. Without my glasses, I'm afraid to pour the tea. Oh, Kate, what is it? What happened?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm all nerves tonight.
Oh, it's about Jack. He shouldn't have come down the stairs.
He knows he's not supposed to be out of bed. What did we need a doctor for? He doesn't listen to them.
I shouldn't have asked Mr. Murphy to come over. That's the only reason he came down.
It's not just Mr. Murphy. It's Stanley. It's Eugene. It's everybody.
Oh, Jack told me what Nora said when she left. I'm very sorry, Kate.
Why don't you get your purse, Blanche? He'll be here any minute.
Did Nora say something to hurt you? I know she's been very difficult these last few days.
Why is it always Nora? Why is it only your problems? Do you think you're the only one in the world who has troubles? We all have troubles. We all got an equal share.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kate. Forgive me. I'm sorry.
Maybe you're stronger than I am. I don't know. You survived Dave's death. I don't know if I could handle it if anything ever happens to Jack.
He'll be all right, Kate. He's a young man. He's strong.
When Dave died, I cried for his loss. I was so angry. Angry at God for taking such a young man. I never realized until now what you must have gone through. How did you get through it, Blanche?
Kate, I had you. I had Jack. But mostly you do it for your children. Your children keep you going.
My children?
I wake up every morning for Nora and for Laurie.
Nora hurts you so much, and you can still say that.
Why, don't you think we hurt our parents? Do you remember when Celia left home and how Mama cried? Sure, it hurts. But when you love someone, you forgive them.
Some things you forgive. Some things you never forgive.
Is the ice cream here yet?
No, dear. Didn't you go with Eugene?
No, I was across the street in the creepy house. It's not as creepy inside. It's plenty sad, though.
The Murphy house? You were inside there? Why?
Oh, the old woman. I think it's his mother. She told me to come over and speak with her. She's waiting for you outside.
About what?
I don't know. She wouldn't tell me. She seemed very upset. She offered me a cookie. I said I wasn't hungry. I ate it anyway. Well, just to be polite, it was a small cookie. I'll go see if Eugene's back with the ice cream.
I wonder what that's all about.
Probably just has to push dinner back. I'll be back in a moment. We'll pick up where we left off when I get back.
Thank you so much for coming over, Mrs. Moore. I would have come over myself, but I've had trouble crossing the street nowadays. Too many motor cars.
Of course, what's on your mind?
I wish we had made it under better circumstances, Mrs. Moore. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, I have regrets for my son Frank. He'll be unable to keep his dinner engagements with you this evening. Frank's in the hospital.
Oh, dear God, is he all right?
His injuries aren't serious, but the consequences are. He was driving a friend's motor car while intoxicated. He'll have to face police charges, I'm sure of that.
How awful for all of you.
Frank feels terrible. He's a good man. Just a bit down on his luck. He was really looking forward to getting to know you. I do know that. It just isn't the right time.
Is there anything I can do?
After Frank gets out of his difficulties here, we're moving to upstate New York, where there's a clinic that can help him, where there's relatives with whom he can stay.
Thank you, Mrs. Murphy. Please tell Frank that I wish him only the best.
I'll let him know. I am sorry about tonight. You look lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, did she seem upset when you talked to her? Very upset, but she wouldn't tell me why.
Is Mr. Murphy ready yet?
No, I didn't even see him.
What happened? What did she want?
He's in the hospital.
Why is he in the hospital?
He was in a car accident.
Oh, the poor woman, is he okay?
What did she tell you?
He'll be in the hospital for a few days, and then they'll be moving to upstate New York to get him some help. He had been drinking.
I knew it. I said it right from the beginning, didn't I?
Does that mean you're not going to dinner?
It could have been you in the car with him. I warned you the first day about those people.
Stop calling them those people. They're not those people. She's a mother like you and me.
Oh, and what is he? Tell me what he is.
He's somebody in trouble. For God's sakes, Kate, you don't even know the man.
I know the man. I know what they're all like.
Who are you to talk? Are we something so special? We're all poor around here. The least you can be is charitable.
Why? What have I got I can afford to give away? Am I the one who got you all dressed up for nothing? Am I the one who got your hopes up? Am I the one they're gonna lock up in jail somewhere?
You're gonna put him in jail? Go, go upstairs. This conversation isn't for you.
All I did was try to help you. All I ever did was try to help you.
Kate, I know that nobody cares for their family more than you do, but at least you can be sympathetic to somebody else in trouble.
Who should I care about? Who's out there watching over me? I did enough in my life for people. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I don't. Say what's on your mind. What people?
You? Celia? Papa when he was sick? Everybody. Don't you ask me. What people? How many beatings from Mama did I take for the things that you did? How many dresses did I go without so you could look like someone when you went out? I was the workhorse and you were the pretty one. You have no right to talk to me like that. No right!
This is all about Jack, isn't it? You're blaming me for what happened.
Why do you think that man is sick today? Why did the policeman have to carry him home at 2 in the morning? So that your Nora could have dancing lessons? So Lori could see a doctor every 3 weeks? Oh, go on! Worry about your friend across the street, not the ones who have to be dragged home to carry a roof over your head!
What is this? What's going on?
Why didn't you ever tell me you felt that way?
I never had the time. I was too busy taking care of everybody.
What is this, Blanche? What happened?
I won't be going to dinner after all. Mr. Murphy was in an accident. It took something like this for you to finally get your feelings out.
I didn't need all this. I just needed you to ask me.
The ice cream's here.
Eugene, put the ice cream in the icebox. I have to talk to your mother. If I could pack Nora and Lori out of this house tonight, I would do it, but I have no place to take them.
Blanche, don't say such things.
If I could leave them with you for another few weeks, I would appreciate it. Until I can find a job, and then I'll send for them.
Blanche, you're not going anywhere, and you're not sending for anybody. I don't want to hear this kind of talk.
Stay out of this, Jack. Let her do what she wants.
I have a friend in Manhattan Beach. I can stay with her for a few days until I can find a job. I will do anything anybody asks me, but I will never be a burden to anybody ever again.
Now stop this, Blanche. Stop this, both of you. What the hell's going on here, for God's sakes? 2 sisters having an argument that should have had 25 years ago? Well, you want to get it out, Blanche? Well, then get it out. Tell her what it's like to live in a house that isn't yours. To have to depend on someone else to put food on your plate every night. I know what that's like, because I lived that way for 21 years of my life. And tell her, Kate. Tell her what it means to be an older sister. Suddenly have to burden and shoulder all the responsibilities and get none of the affections or the hugs because she was the only one who was there. You don't think I see it with Stanley and Eugene? With Nora and Lori? You don't think I hear the fights that go on? Well, go on, Kate! Yell at her! Scream at her! Call her names, Blanche! Tell each other to go to hell for the first time in your lives! When it's all said and done, you all have it out of your systems. Just give each other a hug. Go have dinner. My lousy ice cream's melting, for God's sakes.
I love you both so much. No matter what Kate says to me, I will never stop loving her. But I have to get out. If I don't do it now, I'll lose what self-respect I have left. And for people like us, sometimes the only thing we have left is our dignity. And when I grow up, I would like to have as much as Mrs. Matthew Murphy across the street.
What did it, Kate? Something terrible must have happened for you to act this way tonight. It wasn't just Blanche. What was it?
Tell the kids dinner is in 10 minutes. I'm even in the kitchen tonight.
Grab Stanley and Lori. Dinner's in 10 minutes.
It was the first time in my life I wasn't blamed for what had just happened. I felt real sorry for everybody, but as long as I wasn't to blame, I didn't feel all that bad about things. That's when I realized I had a selfish streak in me.
And Blanche is leaving. For where? To stay with someone in Manhattan Beach. Her and Mom just had a big fight. She's gonna send for Lori and Nora when she finds a job.
What'd they fight about?
I didn't hear everything. I think Mom sort of blames Aunt Blanche for Pop having to work so hard.
Oh, God. Did Ma say anything about me? About how I lost my salary?
You told her? Why would you tell her? I came up with 12 terrific lines for you.
How much money you got?
I don't have any money.
The hell you don't. You got money in your cigar box. How much you got?
I got $1.12. It's my life savings.
Here, give it to me. I'll pay back, don't worry.
What are you packing up all those things for?
I'm leaving, Gene. I don't know where I'm going, but I'll write to you when I get there.
You're leaving home?
When I'm gone, you tell Aunt Blanche what happened. And she'll know it wasn't Ma's fault. She'll know why she was so angry. No, it was my fault.
I have 9 cents worth of stamps, too, if you want that.
Thanks. What's this?
It's the medal you won 2 years ago for the 100-yard dash.
From the Police Athletics League. I didn't know you still had this.
You gave it to me. You can have it back if you want.
Nah, it's not worth it.
It is to me. Where will you go?
I don't know. Pop says there will be a war soon. Maybe I can join in the army. Be a sergeant by the time it starts.
Maybe in a few years I could join too. We could be in the same outfit. Dawn Patrol. It was mostly Irish, but there were a couple Jewish guys in the movie too.
No. You don't go unless they come for you. You go to college. Promise me you'll go to college.
I might have to stay home and work with you, Don. We'll need the money.
I'll send home my salary every month. Sergeant in the army makes pretty good dough.
What do you have to leave for?
Don't stop crying, they'll hear you.
I don't care. They'll get over it. I was mad at you and I got over it.
Because of me, the whole family's splitting up. You want Nora to end up like one of those girls down on the boardwalk?
I don't care. I'm not in love with her anymore.
You should care. She's your cousin. Don't turn out to be like me, Eugene.
I don't see what's so bad about you.
Take care of yourself, Huge. You ever write a story about me? Call me Hank. I always liked the name Hank.
I guess there comes a time in everyone's life when you have to say, this is the end of my childhood. When Stanley went out that window, I knew that time had come, and I was scared. I was lonely. And I hated my mother and father for making him so unhappy. Even if they were right, I still hated them. I even hated Stanley a little, because he left me there to grow up all by myself.
Eugene, Lori, it's dinner. I'm not waiting all night.
And I hated her for leaving Stanley's name out when she called for dinner. I don't think parents realize how cruel they can be sometimes. That night, I tried to tell them the news about Stanley, but I just couldn't get the words out. I left dinner without even having my ice cream.
It's 10 o'clock. Where's Stanley so late?
Never mind, Stanley. You should have been in bed an hour ago.
Why won't you tell me what happened between you and that boy?
I'm tired, Jack. I've had enough to deal with for one day.
I want him to go to temple with me on Saturday. Boy stops going for 3 or 4 weeks. He forgets his religion altogether.
The house had become quieter than I'd ever heard it before. Aunt Blanche was in her room packing, Mom and Pop were in their room, and I had to talk to someone or else I'd go crazy. At the time, I didn't have much of a choice.
Lori? It's Eugene. Can I come in?
What do you want? I'm reading.
Just want to talk.
I didn't say yes, did I?
Well, I'm already in here, so it's too late. What are you reading?
The Citadel by A.J. Cronin.
Oh, I read it. It's terrific. I heard your mother's leaving in the morning.
Leave her too as soon as she finds a job.
I'm going to be the only one left here.
You mean you and Stanley?
Stanley's gone. I think he's going to join the army.
You mean he ran away?
No. Only kids run away. When you're Stanley's age, you just leave.
Without saying goodbye?
Not even my parents know. I'm going to tell them now.
I wonder if I'll have to go to a new school.
I'll have to make all new friends.
That doesn't matter. I don't have any here anyway.
Because you're always inside. You never go out.
I can't because of my condition.
You don't look sick to me. Do you feel sick?
No, but my mother tells me I am.
I don't trust parents anymore.
Why would she lie to me?
To keep you around. With Stanley gone, I'm going to be handcuffed to my bed.
I won't leave my mother. Even when I get older. Even if I get married. I'll never leave my mother.
Yeah? Mr. Murphy across the street never left his mother. He's going to jail.
None of this would have happened if my father hadn't died.
How did you feel when he died?
I can't remember. I cried because I saw my mother crying.
I'd hate it if my father died. Especially with Stanley gone, we'd probably have to leave this house.
Well, then you and your mother could come and live with us.
Well, if we all end up together, what's the point in breaking up now?
I don't know. I have to finish reading.
You don't get too far talking to Lori. I used to think the flutter in her heart was actually in her brain. I went into their room and broke the news about Stanley. The monumental news that their eldest son had run off, probably to get killed in France, fighting for his country. My mother said, "Go to bed. He'll come home when it gets cold." I couldn't believe it. Their own son. It was then that I suspected Stanley and I were adopted. I waited out on the front steps until it got cold once they went to bed. But Stanley never showed up.
I wanted to talk to you. Now, it's late. I know it's late. We could have talked earlier if you didn't come home at 12 o'clock at night.
How was your dinner?
I didn't go. Mr. Murphy was in an accident. I'm sorry.
Is he all right?
He's got his problems like the rest of us. I was very hurt that you left tonight without saying goodbye.
I was late. Someone was waiting
So was
for
I.
me.
You knew this was important to me.
I'm not feeling very
You
well.
purposely left without seeing me, Nora. You've never done that before.
Can we talk about this in the morning?
I won't be here in the morning.
Then tomorrow night!
I'm leaving, Nora. I'm moving out in the morning.
What are you talking about?
Your Aunt Kate and I had a fight tonight. We said some terrible things to each other. Things that had been bottled up since we were children. I'm going to stay with my friend Louise in Manhattan Beach until I can find a job. And then I'll send for you and Laura.
I can't believe it.
So it's all right for you to leave us, but it wasn't all right for me to leave you. I was never concerned about your leaving me. It was your future I was worrying about.
It's my future. Shouldn't I have some say in it?
I don't know. Never made the decisions for the family. Your father did. Your Aunt Kate was right about one thing. Everyone always took care of me. Your father, my sisters, even you and Laurie. I've been a very dependent person all my life.
Maybe that's all I'm asking for, to be independent.
You earn your independence. You don't take it at the expense of others. Would that job even have been offered to you if someone had paid for those dancing lessons and kept a roof over your head and clothes on your back? If anyone's going to pay back Uncle Jack, it'll be me. Doing God knows what, but I know one thing. I will steal before I let my daughter show that man 1 ounce of ingratitude or disrespect.
So I have to give up the one chance I may never get again, is that it?
I'm the one who has to pay for what you couldn't do with your own life.
What right do you have to judge me like that?
Judge you? I can't even talk to you. I don't exist to you. I've tried my whole life to get close to you, but there was never any room. Whatever you had, you gave to Daddy, and when he died, whatever was left, you gave to...
Finish what you were going to say.
I have been jealous of Laurie my whole life because she was lucky enough to be born sick. I could never turn a light on in my room or read at night because Laurie always needed her precious sleep. I could never have a friend over on the weekend because Laurie was always resting. I used to pray I'd get some terrible disease or get hit by a car so I'd have one leg all twisted up and crippled, and then once, maybe just once, I'd get to crawl into bed next to you on a cold, dark night and talk to you and hold you until I fell asleep in your arms. Just once.
My God, Nora, is that what you think of me? Is it any worse than what you think of me? I'm not going to let you hurt me, Nora. I'm not going to let you tell me that I don't love you, and I've been trying to give you as much as I gave Lord. God knows that I'm not perfect. Enough angry people in this house told me so tonight. But I'm not going to be a doormat for all the frustrations and unhappiness that you or Aunt Kate or anybody else wants to lay at my feet. I did not create this universe. I did not decide who lives and dies and who's rich or poor and who feels loved and who feels deprived. If you feel cheated that Laurie gets more than you, well then I feel cheated that I had a husband who died at 36. Keep on feeling this way. You'll end up like me. Something much worse than loneliness or helplessness. That's self-pity. Believe me, there is no leg that is twisted or bent that is more crippling than a human who thrives on their own misfortunes. Sorry, Nora. But you feel this way. I will do everything I can to make it up to you, except for apologize for it. I've done enough apologizing in my life, and after a while it becomes your life's work. It doesn't bring any money into the house. If it's taken your pain and Aunt Kate's anger to get me to start living again, then God will give me the strength to make it up to you. But I will not go back to being that frightened and helpless woman that I created. I've already buried someone I love. Now it's time to bury somebody that I hate.
I never asked you to hate yourself. I just wanted you to love me.
Oh, I do, Nora. My God, why can't I make that clear to you?
I feel so terrible.
Why?
Because I feel like I hurt you and I still want that job with Mr. Beckman.
I know you do.
But I can't have it, can I?
How can I answer that without making you feel like I'm still depriving you?
I don't know. Maybe you just did.
I hope so, Nora. I pray to God that it's so.
I heard voices. I didn't know who it was.
Sorry if we woke you. Nora, go on to bed. We'll talk again in the morning.
All right. Good night, Aunt Kate.
Is she all right?
Yes.
She's not angry anymore.
Okay. Nobody's angry anymore. Just explained everything to Nora. Girls will stay with you while I'm gone. They can help you with the housework. Even Laurie, I've kept her being a baby for so long.
They've never been any trouble to me, those girls. Never.
Maybe I can visit them on the weekends. It's getting late. Both use a good night's sleep.
Blanche! Don't go. I already feel bad enough for what I said. Don't make me feel any worse.
Kate, everything you said to me tonight was true. I wish to God you'd said it years ago.
What would I do without you? Who else do I have to talk to all day? What friends do I have in this neighborhood? Even the Murphys across the street are leaving.
The girls I'm thinking about now. We have to be together, the three of us. It's what they want as much as I do.
All right. I'm not saying you shouldn't have it, but you're not going to find a job overnight. Apartments are expensive. While you're looking, why do you have to stay with a stranger in Manhattan Beach?
Louise isn't a stranger, she's a good friend.
To me, good friends are strangers. But sisters are sisters.
Kate, if I don't get out now, when will I ever do it?
Door is open. Go whenever you want. When you find the job, when you get the apartment, I'll help you move. I can look with you. I know how to bargain with those landlords.
You wouldn't mind doing that?
They see women all alone, they take advantage of you. I'll find out what they're asking for the Murphy place. Oh, it couldn't be expensive. She never cleaned it.
How independent can I become if I live right across the street from you?
Far enough away for you to close your own door. Close enough for me not to feel so lonely.
Kate, if I lived on the moon, I would still be close to you.
I'll go tell Jack. He wouldn't go to bed until I promised to come up with some good news.
I suddenly feel so hungry.
Oh, of course. You haven't had dinner. Come on, I'll fix you some scrambled eggs.
I'll make them. I'm an independent woman now.
With your eyes, we'd never get the eggs in the pan.
So, Aunt Blanche decided to stay while she was looking for a job. Nora went to school the next morning. She gave me a big smile and her legs looked great. Lori was asked to take out the garbage, but quickly got a flutter in her heart, so I had to do it. Life was back to normal. Stanley didn't come home that night, and even though Mom didn't say anything about it, I knew she was plenty worried. She told Pop how Stanley lost the money playing poker, and from the shouting coming out of their room, I figured Stanley should forget about the army, and instead go for the Foreign Legion. And then all of a sudden, the next night about dinner time, Stanley came home. I'd never been so happy to see anyone in my entire life.
Hey, where's Mom and Pop?
Mom's in the kitchen cooking and Pop's upstairs with his prayer book. They figured if God didn't bring you home, maybe your potato pancakes would. So what happened? Did you join up?
Oh, came pretty close. I passed the physical 1, 2, 3.
I knew you would.
They had this whole display. They had cigarettes and donuts. I mean, they really wanted me.
I bet.
Then, just as I was about to write my name, I put down the pen and said, I'm sorry, maybe another time.
How come?
Well, I couldn't do it to Pop. He needs me more than the Army does right now. And I know Ma didn't mean it when she said that she'd never forgive me, but, you know, maybe if I left the family now, she never would.
Oh, gee. I thought you'd be halfway to training camp by now. But I'm real glad you're home, Stan.
Eugene, I need a pint of sweet cream and some more sugar.
Stanley's home?
Get a 2-pound bag. I want to bake a chocolate cake.
A 2-pound bag from Greenblatt's? I'll need identification.
Are you staying for dinner?
I'll stay for as long as you let me stay.
Why wouldn't I let you stay? This is your home. Your father's been very worried about you. I think you owe him some sort of explanation.
Yeah, I was just about to do that.
Pop, how are you feeling? I figured I should be dressed for any company.
I'm sorry about not coming home last night. I know it was wrong. I just didn't know how to tell you about the money. I know it doesn't help to say I'll never do it again, because I won't. Never. I made $3 last night setting pins at Dominic's bowling alley. And I can make another 6 on the weekend. So that's 9. I'm not afraid of hard work, Pop. It's the one thing you taught me. Hard work and principles. That's the code I'm going to live by for the rest of my life. So, if you have anything you'd like to say, I'd be very glad to listen.
Did you read the paper tonight, Stanley?
No, Pop.
It's going to be a war. A terrible war, Stanley.
No, Pop.
Biggest war the world's ever seen. And it frightens me. We're not over the last one yet, and they're already starting up another one. You see, my brother Michael was killed in the last war. I told you that.
Yeah, you showed me his picture.
He was 19 years old when he left. Didn't look a day older than Eugene. He was killed the second week he was overseas.
Yeah.
So they didn't take me because I was 16 years old. Both our parents were dead, so I lived with my Aunt Rose and Uncle Maury. They had 2 sons, both in the Navy, both decorated.
Uncle Paul and Uncle Leon, right?
That's right. My brother would have been 40 years old this month. He was a handsome boy, good athlete, a good dancer, a good everything. I idolized him. The way Eugene idolizes you.
That's not true.
No, it's true. Believe me, I hear him talking to his friends. My brother this, my brother that. Brothers can talk to each other the way that fathers and sons never do. You see, I didn't know a thing about girls until my brother taught me. Isn't it like that with you and Eugene?
Yeah, I teach him a thing or two.
It's good. I'm glad you two are so close. But you see, I missed all that when Michael went away. That's why I'm glad you didn't do anything foolish last night. I was afraid maybe you'd run away. I hear you talking with Eugene about the army sometimes. Well, that day will come soon enough, I'm afraid.
I did think about it. It's on my mind.
Don't you understand, Stanley? There's nothing that you could do that was so terrible I couldn't forgive you. I know why you gambled the money, and I know how bad you feel. It was foolish, you know this already. I've lost money gambling in my time, I know what it's like.
You did?
You so surprised? What, you think I'm perfect or something? I'll have to sit you down and tell you some things that I did that wasn't so perfect, that even your mother doesn't know. But if you live your entire life thinking I was a perfect human being, you're going to hate yourself for every mistake you ever make. Don't be so hard on yourself. That's what you got a father and mother for.
You guys aren't hard on me. You're always fair.
No, I try to be. You're a good son, Stanley. Don't even realize it. We have men in our cutting room who haven't seen their sons in 4 or 5 years. Boys that have no respect for anyone, including themselves. Who haven't worked a day in their lives. Or have brought their parents home a single day's pleasure. Thank God I could never say anything like that about you, Stanley.
I lose $17. And you're telling me how great I am.
Now, hey, wait a minute. Don't get the wrong idea. If you were home last night when your mother told me, I would have thrown you and your clothes out the window. But today I'm calm. Today I've read the newspaper. And today, I'm afraid for all of us.
You understand?
Stanley, I'm proud of the man you've become. It'd be so sad to see you leave too soon. Now, after dinner, you apologize to your mother, and you give her the $3.
I will.
You can apologize to your Aunt Blanche, too. She was worried about you as well.
I will.
And you thank your brother. Came into my room this afternoon and told me how bad you felt. The way you pleaded your case, I thought I had Clarence Darrow in my room.
Eugene's a terrific kid.
Oh, good. Why don't you go get washed up? Tonight, after dinner, I'll have to teach you a thing or two about poker. Just don't let your mother know.
Terrific.
Is Eugene back yet?
No, Ma.
You look tired. Did you get any sleep?
A little. I slept at a friend's house. Can I talk to you after dinner?
Where am I going? To a nightclub?
Ah! I gotta go wash up.
Stanley,
Yeah, Ma.
you didn't join anything, did you?
No, Ma.
You got time yet? The family's growing up fast enough.
Yes, Ma. It's all right. Everything's all right.
Who said it wasn't? Didn't I tell you he'd be home? Nora, Lori, time to set the table.
I just got the world record run to Greenblatt. Next up, the grocery store Olympics.
Is that my sweet cream?
Oh, never spilled a drop. The perfect run. There's a letter out there for you, Pop. Where's Stanley?
He's watching up. Great. Jury duty next week.
How'd it go? You back in the family?
Yeah, everything's great.
Terrific. How about we go for a walk on the boardwalk tonight? See what it's doing.
I can't. I'm busy tonight.
Doing what?
Playing poker.
Playing poker? Are you serious, Stanley?
I swear to God, I got a poker game tonight.
You're crazy. You're actually crazy. If you lose again, I'm not standing up for you.
Well, if you don't tell anyone, I got a present for you.
What kind of present?
Promise not to tell?
Yeah. And what's my present?
Here. Open it.
What is it?
Just open it. Well, slowly, slowly. Close your eyes. All right, open it.
Oh my God! She's naked!
You want to get caught with a thing like that?
Who is she? Where'd you get it?
She's French. That's how all the girls are in Paris.
You mean some girl just sat there and let some guy take a picture?
Got it from the guy who owes me $2.50. I can keep it until he pays me back.
Don't take the money.
That's my appreciation for being a good pal.
Anytime you need a favor, just let me know.
Stanley, Eugene, it's time for dinner.
All right, put that in a safe spot. Come on, it's dinner.
In a minute. I'll be down in a minute.
Girls, Aunt Kate and I are going to go for a tour of the Murphy place after dinner and perhaps talk about renting it.
The one with the dirty windows?
We can clean the windows.
Well, not me. All that scrubbing could start my heart fluttering.
Last week I saw you jumping rope and running after the ice cream truck. Where have your pleasures been?
That's different. Exercise and ice cream are good for my heart. All that scrubbing could kill me dead.
We talked about this, Lori.
Lori, you're perfectly capable of helping us.
Lori, would you mind helping Aunt Kate in the kitchen? I want to talk to Mama.
Nora, I don't have time for another argument.
I don't want to argue. I just want to find a way where we can both be happy. I think moving into the Murphy place is a wonderful idea. Lori and I can help you. We want to help. I can work. Please don't get mad, Mama. I talked to my dance teacher about finding a job. Not to leave, but not giving up either. He told me that I could help teach dance lessons, and that way my own would be free. He also said that I could audition for shows, not the big ones and just the ones in town, but I could graduate, like you want.
I didn't expect that. I think I'm fine with that decision. I know I am.
And I can help with the sewing when your eyes get bad. I'm getting pretty good at buttons. And Nora and I have been saving money. We haven't seen any movies in a week, and I only bought one piece of bubble gum. Okay, two, but I gave the other one to Eugene because I owed him one. We saved $3.14. We can buy the soap for the dirty windows.
Kate, I want the girls to go with us on our tour of the Murphy place. I think they have a say. Don't you?
I, Catherine Ruth Jerome of New York, cast one vote for yes. Your first vote!
Kate, where's Kate?
Stop running, you're always running.
It's a letter from London.
It's Sholem. He got out. They're free, Kate. They're free.
God!
His wife, his mother, all 4 children, they're free, and they're headed for New York tomorrow. They're gonna be here in a week.
In a week?
Well, they had to sell everything they had. They took only what they could carry.
Where will they stay?
I don't know. We discussed it with the family a little. Some with Uncle Ian and Uncle Paul.
With us. We'll put some beds in the dining room. It's easier to get the kitchen anyway.
The little ones can stay with Lori, and Lori can sleep with me, can't you, dear? Of course, Mama.
Don't worry about money, Pop. I'm gonna hit Mr. Strong for that race tomorrow. They got out.
That's all that's important, is they got out.
Eugene, we're all waiting for you.
In a minute. I have to write something down. October the 2nd, 6:25 p.m. A momentous moment in the life of I, Eugene Morris Jerome.
That year, I learned if you've gone through life without experiencing pain, you probably haven't been born yet. I love living. Sure, I've had some problems with my life, as we all do, but living's the best possible outcome so far. Writing memoirs is always hard because you've got to go through the dark places in your life. But it gives you a chance to see the person you really are, rather than the person you thought you were.
And then the elephant said, "That's not a suitcase, that's my trunk."
There's no one down in Dixie that can take me away